Hey y'all, and welcome to today's energy check-in. And as always, check out my description box below. And what I would like to encourage you to do is to check out Gail's channel, Twin Flames Entrepreneurs. She is actually giving away some of her sessions so that you can experience what she's all about. So I encourage you to not only check out her channel, but subscribe to her channel so don't miss out on her terrific guidance when it comes to how we can actually be prosperous here in our earth experience here. Along with that, also check out Casey's channel. She is also a life coach here on TFU, and she has wonderful guidance. And by all means, I'm part of a community for one main reason. When we join with others, we only create a reality here on Earth, and our combined efforts actually magnify our efforts. And a lot of you that don't see it that way are actually living more in lack because you don't feel like you have enough to give to others. If you give to others, you feel like you're leaving yourself out. But mind you, in Traditional Tarot, the Ace of Cups is there. You never leave yourself out of the equation. And so when you give to others, you give from your abundance. And if you're not able to give to others, that's a reflection of your own lack. Because you feel like you don't have enough to give to others because you don't have enough for yourself. And if you feel like you can't give to others because you don't feel like you have enough for yourself, that's a reflection of your own lack. That's all it is. And your ego is going to tell you differently because your ego doesn't want to acknowledge that you can even be possibly in lack. Because if it feels that way, then it feels like other people can manipulate and control them. And I'm just looking at the reading here. I'm seeing everything in reverse here. So, if you guys don't realize this journey is all about you, you still got a lot of learning to do. Because this journey is all about you. The Fool is you. If you look at the traditional tarot, the Fool is you. You're out there discovering yourself. And that discovery of yourself never ever ends. It's a continuous journey. It's a lifetime journey. And I want to say actually lifetimes journeys. But it's, even those lifetimes is all about you still. And you're out to have these experiences to find more about you. And each of those experiences reflects something about yourself that you may not have been even aware of. And why I mention this too is that I just put out new meditations. It's called Galactic Meditation. If you haven't even got that for yourself, by all means do it, because you're going to open up new worlds within you that you don't even know you have. People that have gotten that meditation have already experienced that for themselves. Mind you, along with that, the album I have out there. Album is going to create experiences for you too. But all these experiences are within you. The frequencies that I have in those musics just help you discover those frequencies within you. Because we're all just energetic beings. And if we're all just energy, we resonate at a frequency. And since we resonate at a frequency, there is no such thing as separation. Because this whole world is connected. What I mean by worlds is a lot greater than just our universe. Our universe is just an experience of infinite amount of experiences out there. But even in those experiences, it's all connected with frequency. Frequency doesn't have limitations to it. It just resonates until it comes to an interfering frequency. Most of the time, the interference comes from you. Because you don't want to accept things for the way they are. You want to try to control and manipulate them so that you can feel comfortable. But that's about ego then, right? Your ego doesn't want to accept something because it may have a perceived perception, mind you, perception of how it should be. And your ego just runs on a program. Now, our program is limiting. And since that program is limiting, it doesn't understand why we're here. because it hasn't been programmed for that. So your biggest resistance in your own life is your own ego. And the ego will surface in many ways in your life because your ego is part of who you are in this human experience. So if you think you can outsmart your own ego, it has nothing to do with that. But it does come to you recognizing your own energies so that you can operate in your full power within you. And your ego is going to be your biggest block from you operating in your full power here in your human experience. That's just the way it is. This also includes all your inner work. Your inner work serves a purpose. It serves a purpose by clearing out all the junk within you, so that's not keeping you from stepping in your full power. And when you start clearing out all the junk, you have to start realigning yourself properly within yourself so you can be in your full power. And the full power that is within you resonates from your essence. A lot of you haven't been taught how to even align yourself properly with your essence. And it takes work. But you're worth it. You're worth it. You are 100% worth it. The best thing you do for yourself is align with the power within you. We all have this power. We just have to remember how to draw the power within us so that we could transform not only ourselves, but the world around us. The world needs transformation, but we have to transform ourselves first, because the earth just mirrors our energy. We are 100% responsible for the energy the earth resonates in. 100%. So if you're not liking the current condition the earth is in, that means that we still got work to do on ourselves. We can't look outside ourselves thinking that, oh, someone else will do it. No, all of us are responsible. All of us are responsible. Not one of us are excluded. We all are responsible. We can't point to someone else and say, they'll do it. No. You're responsible too. You have a purpose here. If you're not fulfilling that purpose, or not even knowing what the purpose is, then get some life coaching. You're worth it. The reason why you're worth it, because you're here. Because you're here. Because you're here. And you chose to be here. Regardless if you're consciously aware of that or not. You did choose to be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here in the first place. So it's time that you take responsibility for that and break down your own barriers. Break down your own barriers. You don't want to put up defenses. You. Only you. Notice that you're singular here. No one else is surrounding you, keeping you from being who you are. Only you. And then you're telling people to keep out. Because, people probably hurt you. But why are you holding on to those hurts instead of finding a way of transmuting that hurt so you can be empowered by it? So you can break free from those bondages that the hurt might have put you in. Because the ego will form these barricades around you so it can feel like it's protecting you. But it's also entrapping you. But your ego doesn't understand that. It just runs on a program. The program's meant to put up barriers. But it's up to you to break free from those barriers so you can be who you really are. Notice that she's holding the sword there. You have to speak your truth. And the truth, it has to be with you first for you to break down your own barricades. Because barricades, most of the time, are built on deception. Because we're free sovereign beings. And barricades just keep us from being free. But we put those barricades to begin with. And you gotta be responsible for your own barricades that you have put up. And tell people to keep out. But when you shut people out, you're causing the barricade. You put up these own barricades yourself. Then it's up to you to tear them down because you put them up in the first place. Yeah, barricades can be protective, but it also keeps you from showing the world why you're here. And the world's looking for a reason and purpose of being here. Because they lost sight of it. Because they looked outside themselves for an answer. The answer is always within us. But once we connect to it, it doesn't matter what experiences we have. We just recognize it as just an experience. Those experiences are not us. But we're here to experience those experiences while we're here on earth. You gotta find a way to empower yourself while you're here. You can't escape your reality here. A lot of you think you can, but you can't. Because if you could, you wouldn't be here in the first place. You chose to be here though. So you gotta find a way to empower yourself here while you are here. So you can make the most of your experience here. If you look at my shop, that's linked to my G2P music page. And I put it over there for a purpose. So that you're not just solely relying on this page here. I have 2 pages for a purpose. My music serves a purpose and my messages serve a purpose. And if I put them just all on one page, you guys want to engage on both those services. They're both there to help you. Because we are frequencies, so that's why music is so important. Music breaks down barriers. Because people are not resistant towards music. Because people don't feel like music controls them. But music is a frequency. And the music I create is to help you be empowered. It's to help you be empowered. Because you are empowered. You just have to feel it. Because what the music is going to do, it's going to help you feel it so you can connect to it. Talk to JoJo about it. How her experiences that she's been able to experience through the music. She's open to it. She's open to share her experiences with it. I'm not saying this to promote myself. I'm saying this to promote you so that you can be empowered within you. So we have these tools for you to be empowered. And it's up to you if you want to be empowered or not. I do what I can, but I can't do it for you. You have to take action. And a lot of you are searching for the power within you. But a lot of you still see the wounds within you. That's what in this Page of Cups here, it's about our power within us. You do realize you have the power within you. But when you go within yourself, you see all the wounds within you. Then you feel disempowered. Not realizing that you have what you need to break through that bond of illusion. Because the wounds within us serve a purpose. Because when you actually heal those wounds, then you know what it takes to show others how they could do it for themselves too. But you have to do it for yourself first so you can show other people how to do it for them. But we had to experience it first so we can authentically show others how they could do it for themselves too. And it's not about status. We're in a world of status. It's just part of a human experience here. But in that grand illusion of status, we still gotta show people their truth within them. They can have all the stuff to interact with, but all the stuff is just an experience. That's all it is, an experience. And it's up to you what you want to do with your experience here. Are you going to let your experience dictate who you are? Or are you going to empower your experience from within you and make the most of it and start living from your essence, for sure? Your essence has everything that you need here in your human experience. That's where the power comes from, is from your essence, not from your ego. Ego is going to whip you from side to side, up and down, everywhere. Because it doesn't have any direction. Ego does not have direction. It just reacts. Your ego always reacts. It reacts to stimulus. That's how it's programmed. It's meant to react. So if you're reacting to things instead of responding, a response is different than reaction. Response actually, you are in control of how you respond. Reaction, you just act on your reptilian brain. That's just reacting to stimulus. And there's lots of stimulus in this world. You could live a life jumping from one stimulus to next. That's why a lot of people fall into drugs and alcohol. First of all, it numbs them. So that when they feel numb, somehow they think that it's going to make them somehow transcend the pain that they're enduring within them. Mind you, the pain. They don't know how to heal that aspect of themselves. That's why the work is so important. Because it's the roadmap to help people heal themselves. Because they are the only ones that can heal themselves. No one else could do that for them but them. And the work is the roadmap that shows them how they can heal themselves. So that's why the work is so important. The Union Package and the Master Program are the tools that they need to heal themselves. And there's so much more involved with that too. But that's the beginning. And I can guarantee when they invest in that, they're going to feel the difference within themselves. As long as they do what they have to do and take the action steps with it. But if they don't do anything with it, of course they're not going to transform. Because this earth requires us to take action. If you don't take action, you're not going to get anything out of it. You can't expect something to happen from nothing here. You know, we are grand creators, but here on this human experience, you actually have to put forth effort. And that effort creates energy, and energy is what is needed to transform things here on earth. But you have to take action. You can't sit back expecting someone else to do it for you. You can't think that some certification is going to do everything for you. It still requires action. Mind you, the sun above what I'm seeing here, masculine energy. Masculine is all about taking action in a 3D sense. And you can't sit and think that if you get certificates, that all of a sudden that you are more valuable. A certificate means jack shit. The only way that certificate even serves a purpose is when you actually take action with what you have to offer this world. So if you just sit back and expect people to come to you when you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. You're going to just remain there stuck, wondering why no one's coming to you. You actually have to take action of some sort. Action. Wands. Wands are action in traditional tarot. What this card is reflecting is that you know you are important. Why don't people just come to you? Because you know you are important. You have this energy, right? The sun right there is all about energy. You have this energy that you know you resonate in as a twin flame, but you have to take action with the energy. You can't expect people just to come to you because you have this heightened energy. You have to do something with the energy. There's two different forms of energy. And you can't expect kinetic energy to transform the world. It's when you take action with the energy that will transform the world. So you have all this kinetic energy. You have to take action with it. You have to put it into action for it to do anything. Of course you are important, but what are you doing with that importance within you? What are you doing with the energy within you? How are you using the energy within you to transform the world around you? What actions are you taking? You got gifts for a purpose. Use them. What are you doing with those gifts inside you to transform the world around you? What actions are you taking? How are you showing the world that you are important? How are you showing the world how they can break down the barriers? How are you showing the world that they can transform the world from wounded energy to being who they really are? What action are you taking? That's why he's holding up a tool. What tools are all about doing something, putting something to work, taking action. What actions are you taking to show the world that you are important? Action, 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 action. Wands are all about action too. How are you showing the world how important you are? What they could do to transform the world around them? How are you showing the world how they could do it? Because the only way you can show them is by being an example of that action. If you're just sitting back, feeling the grandness of who you are, but not taking action with it, nothing is ever going to happen. You're not going to break down those barriers. You're not going to show other people how important you are. They're just going to see that barrier as a place not to cross. Because they feel your energy. But they're going to fear it at first. Because they're going to react to it. Because that's how the program works. Reaction. But if we show people how to live from their essence, we break down the barriers of illusion. Because the barriers are just that, an illusion that our egos project. Because all of us are free sovereign beings, but it's our ego that projects that we're less than that. And then we put up these barriers thinking, I gotta protect what I have because other people are gonna steal from me. But if we are abundant, then we have more than we need. And if we have more than we need, then it doesn't matter how people respond to what we have. Because we're able to share from our abundance. Mind you, in a traditional tarot, an Ace of Cups is abundant. It's able to give to others because it has abundance within itself. It gives from abundance, not from lack. So if you're not abundant, you still got work to do on yourself. If there's lack in your life, anywhere in your life, in all four alchemical elements, if you're not abundant in all four alchemical elements, you still got work to do on yourself. If you don't know how to be abundant in all four of those alchemical elements, reach out. Find out how to do for yourself. You connect to Twin Flame Entrepreneur. She knows all about business schemes that can make you financially abundant. If you connected to her, find out how you could be financially abundant in this world experience that we're in. She has a lot of knowledge in that, and she's willing to share that with you. Connect to her. Find out how you can be financially abundant by connecting to Gail, who is Twin Flames Entrepreneur. I have her in my description box. If you haven't connected to her, if you haven't connected to Brittany, if you haven't connected to Soul to Soul, why? Why are you not making these connections? Is it from your own lack? Wondering, well, if I connect to him, what does he have for me? Who cares? You're abundant. If you're not abundant, then why not? What actions are you not taking that's keeping you from being abundant? What lack mentality do you have that's keeping you from being abundant? Where's that lack coming from? If you can't answer that, find out where that lack comes from. Get help to seek out where that lack comes from. Don't let that lack mentality keep you from being abundant in who you really are. Because who you really are is more than abundance. You have more than you need to be abundant here. And that comes from your essence. Your essence has everything and then some for your human experience here. You're more than the limitations that your ego projects. Limitations are a projection from your own ego. So if you have lack, that's a projection from your ego. And if you don't want to be in lack, find out where you can be abundant and how you can be abundant. Because you already are. You just have to tap into that inner power within you again. You may have to do some work for it, but you're worth it. If you don't know how to do work properly, check out my description box. Invest in yourself to find out how you can be abundant. Start out with the Union Package and the Master Program. Invest that way. Because it does transform people's lives. I'm an example of it myself. And there's many other people that are examples of it too. It's your lack that's keeping you from being abundant. Well, I love you a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.